Today is vlog, whatever the fuck. Anyways, today is also day 64 of me sticking to a diet for 64 days straight. And the common foods I eat are sweet potatoes, brown rice, salads, which is like spinach, cucumbers, bell peppers, and a veggie smoothie, which consists of, well, I don't actually use spinach anymore, but I use kale, collard greens, celery, ginger, and kefir. I buy store-bought one, which is Lifeway. And I also eat almonds and cashews. And sometimes I don't know if I should be eating peanut butter sandwiches, but I pretty much buy this like, I'm trying to buy almond butter. I think almond butter is if I possibly have team out, I think almond is way better than peanut butter. I think peanuts have like higher amounts of choline. But you know, almond butter is really fucking expensive. I actually constantly looked into like just getting some jars of peanut butter. But those things cost like somewhere like in the very least $9. I think in the very least, I think the last time I looked into almond butter was like $9 or somewhere like $13. And it's only like a 4-ounce jar. And it's like, damn, is almonds that hard to fucking make compared to peanuts? I don't understand that. But I also wanted to talk about certain things. I wanted to talk about two things. I wanted to talk about this being the end of the year, or it's at this moment of the recording, it is December 4th, and it's almost the end of the year, and reflecting on those things. And also I wanted to answer some questions that people, or answer or read some. I want to actually read some comments from a previous video I had in terms of when's the longest we were on a diet, and the second one was I actually wanted to just read those type of comments, and I also wanted to read like an email, but I can recall the email. The email was basically saying, I forgot the guy's name, but he was basically saying, okay, I watched your video about the top 5 things that eliminated your fecal body odor. Should I try them all at once? And which diet do you prefer? Which I thought was very interesting, because I always wanted to make a video topic talking about all the different diets that people commonly talk about to try, and all the ones I've tried, and some of the similarities between each diet. The common diets that you always hear is the Candida diet. That's like #1, Candida diet. I think the second one, what would the second one be? Obviously, a low choline diet. So, it's going to be low choline diet for Team Mal, or Candida, because a lot of people think this is Candida, this is Candida. So those are going to be a top 2. 3 might be FODMAP. 4th one might be the alkaline diet. And the 5th one, is there a 5th one? Is there a 5th one? It's just like a vegetarian diet, just vegetarian, being vegan. Like those are like the top 5. And in my particular experience, I tried the Candida diet, but I tried the Candida diet when I was in my early 20s, when I was actually in college. And I wasn't able to do that shit because you needed to get like if you're going to get meat, you need to get organic meat. And you need to constantly eat vegetables and organic meat and all that stuff. And I'm like, I'm a broke fucking college student. I don't have time for that shit. I don't have money like that. I'm not balling like that. So I try to like do the best I can with it, and it just didn't work out. I mean, I could switch back into it, but I technically could switch back into it because now I got money. Not only do I have money, I'm making a living wage, which is very interesting. But to just answer the guy's question, I guess the diet I'm pretty much following is like the FODMAP diet, but not really. I'm just avoiding the trigger foods, the foods I know is going to make me smell awful. And again, that's sugar, anything with sugar, dairy. I think if you eat too much food or eat too much carbs, maybe you smell. I feel like that. I know soy makes me smell bad too. So sugar, soy, don't eat too much meat. Definitely don't eat anything fried. Don't eat anything dipped in sweet anything. Don't eat anything that has high fructose corn syrup or any of that shit, right? So yeah, I pretty much avoid those types of things, and I guess I stick to FODMAP, but I'm pretty sure I could go to like a Candida. And I feel like the keto diet and the Candida diet are two very similar in terms of how they try to, what foods they say are acceptable in their diet. But yeah, so with the diet, I guess I do FODMAP, and you can look into that. But I definitely think, yeah, just avoid those trigger foods, and you'll be straight. And also, yes, you should try all 5 things, which was, if anybody didn't see, it was activated charcoal, it was probiotics, it was chlorophyll, it was exercising to sweat out the odor, or you can use a sauna if there's any place that has a sauna nearby. The point is to sweat out the odor, and diet is the biggest key out of everything. And if you're going to do the diet, you have to do it long term. You can't do it like 5 days a week, and then on the weekend eat whatever the fuck you want. You're like resetting your gut to, you know what I mean? It's not like you're basically trying to build this environment within your gut for the friendly bacteria to thrive and the bad bacteria to be eliminated or at least reduced. So when you keep eating like, oh, I'm gonna eat good, but on the weekends, boom, I'm eating back to what I normally eat. I don't think it resets the gut. But I'm not a genius. I'm not a biologist. I'm not a gastroenterologist. I think that's why I feel like my thing is working, or I feel like it's working more so. But yeah, just do that. And it's going to be costly. And anybody who has been dealing with this for a very long time knows this stuff is costly. But again, I wanted to say this because in my previous video where I was making a topic about how long have you tried to stick to a diet, and I thought that would get more comments because I noticed that when I did make some vlogs, they said, oh, the stuff that you say doesn't work. So I was curious to hear the people who say it doesn't work, to hear how long they actually stuck to a diet, but they never respond to that. But I do recall hearing somebody say, oh man, it's very hard. I tried to take it for like 2 weeks and it's just, hard to do. I wanted to make another video talking about how difficult it is to keep a diet. And I think naturally, I remember reading this study or reading this article about people who do like these like cold turkey transitions from eating terrible to eating healthy, and how within 6 months they crash. And what they said the solution is to slowly transition into that type of lifestyle, as opposed to completely eliminate all the food. So what I would say in response to that, I'm going to make a video about this. There's a specific video about this, but what I would say about that is, like, for people who have it hard to do it, I would say, if I did it, what I would do is I would try to find a remote job, right? A remote job that pays okay. So you are outside. You are not within public. You are not in the public. You don't really have to be around people. 2, what I would do is I would, after I get this remote job, pay all my stuff from Instacart or get my food ordered to me. But I would eat the typical things I usually eat, but then slowly add the things I know are going to be healthy for me and it's not going to cause me to smell bad. So that could be, okay, let's say you eat, I don't know, fried chicken and macaroni every day. You eat that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, cool. First thing I would suggest is, okay, instead of eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, maybe you should just only eat till 1 p.m. and then do that for 21 days. It takes 21 days to build a habit. Okay, once you do that, then after you do that, you pass this the 22nd day, before you eat that macaroni and fried chicken, maybe eat a salad. And just do that for 21 days. Then after you do that successfully for 21 days straight, then eat 2 salads. Then after that, and drink a veggie smoothie. After that, and you just continually just add in healthy food, before you add in, and you have to eat the healthy food before you eat the bad food, basically. And that's essentially what I did. It wasn't like I just did a cold turkey approach. I don't do cold turkey approach. Even before like the 64 days, I was already like slowly transitioning into eating healthy. So it wasn't like I didn't have withdrawals when I just stopped eating like just the bad food or the common foods that make you smell bad. But I'm going to speak more about that in a separate video. But I just also wanted to talk about the fact that, yeah, it's almost the end of the year. And it's already 10 minutes, fuck. It's already 10 minutes. I need to be very concise with what I need to say. But yeah, it's almost the end of the year. Just went through Thanksgiving. I'm actually proud of myself that I didn't really go in and eat a lot of food in Thanksgiving. I did eat more turkey than I usually do. I usually try to eat meat that's eat like 4 to 5 ounces of meat, and I actually measure I have like this scale. The scale is for actually to measure packages, but I use it to measure food. And I just measure like my turkey patties, like, okay, 4 ounces. And then I like chop the turkey patties up and put them in my salad. So then I have protein. But yeah, I ate a lot of fucking turkey. I ate smoked turkey and it was good, bruh. But I like also when I ate it, I had this fear like, oh shit, I might smell bad now. And I actually went the next day, I went to get groceries and I didn't really see anybody react to me, but that doesn't, I don't know, it still doesn't mean anything to me. I really have to really be out in public just to confirm it for a fact. But yeah, there was tons of other food that I could have ate like, my mother made like sweet potato pie, there was like cookies, there was like cornbread, there was collard greens, there was like some type of seasoned rice. I abstained from all that except the turkey. And yeah, man, shit. I'm disciplined, bro, you know what I'm saying? But in any case, yeah, it's almost the end of the year. So then now it's going to be, not Thanksgiving. And now it's going to be Christmas. And people are going to probably binge eat on that. And that's going to suck. But even when I really think about like the whole year was absolutely crazy. Because for me, like within the beginning of the year, I felt hopeless in the fact that I wouldn't get a web developer job. So I was pursuing a trucking job. I was still trying to pass the exam to get a notary or some type of permission to go into a trucking school. And then in February, I was just doing the trucking thing. And then I finally got the license. But once I finally got the license, started trying to apply for jobs. I realized the minimum wage, or most of the wages were minimum wage, and they were teetering around like $11 to $13 an hour for a Class B, even though I spent like $600 or plus just to do this fucking course, and that's all I'm going to get. I was making $12 an hour being a security guard at a Miami-Dade Cultural Arts Center. So it's like, what the fuck? Like, that's bullshit. So then I just completely gave up on that shit, and that's when the coronavirus happened, and that's when it started to kick off, and we're still in this pandemic. They actually had the vaccine. Apparently there's about 13 million people within the US that actually caught COVID, and I'm surprised my black ass has not caught it yet. But at the same time, I avoid any type of interactions with people. I don't really like to talk to people or look people in the face and shit like that. You know, I just try to get up and get there, go somewhere, and just do whatever I need to do and get the fuck home. That's typically how I move. But there's other things that happen, like the passing of like Chadwick Boseman. I wanted to talk about that, or Alex Trebek, and then there was like, again, the George Floyd riots or whatever, if there were riots. I guess there were riots. And, you know, presidential bullshit, and Joe Biden won, and people were dancing in the streets like this guy was going to be the second coming, and I'm like, okay, whatever. He's just a status quo president, filling in because he's slightly better than Trump. And this is another reason why I don't really want to make vlogs, because I know the older I get, I feel like the older I get, the more I'm like really getting into politics and learning about how bullshit the system is. And I didn't want to like, and I know when you talk about politics, it's like controversial. So if I say this, it's gonna upset people and shit. So I was like, Like there's many times where I just wanted to say some political shit on this thing, but this is not really the time or this is not the channel to talk about these things. But at the same time, that's like really on my mind all the fucking time. So then it's like, damn, I don't really want to make a vlog if I can't say whatever the fuck I want. But I'm gonna try to avoid it. But yeah, it's so funny. I'm making a living wage, and I've been trying for like since like 2014, and now I finally got it. And I was gonna say, like, I actually bought myself a PS4. I bought myself a PS4. And you know how Christmas is supposed to, people are supposed to give you shit, but now like at this age, like people don't really give you shit anymore, so you have to give yourself shit. So I bought myself a PS4 for Christmas, and I planned on, because I never had a PS4. The last console I have is like an Xbox 360, and I'm actually looking at it right now, and it's a used Xbox 360 that's very dusty and shit because I haven't played it in years. And now the PS5 came out, and I was thinking about buying the PS5, but like all the console games, I don't want to say suck, but there's barely any good games because it just came out. So I was like, let me buy a PS4 and I'm gonna treat myself. And then I realized, let me also buy a fucking TV, because my TV is sort of like dinosaur age TV. It's still not like a flat screen. Like, I don't know if I should show you my television. Fuck it. Look at my television right here. Can you see my television? I don't know if this is like a dinosaur television. Like, it's very, you know, it's not a flat screen. And I was surprised that many televisions are like only $100. This is like a 24, around 22 to 24 inches. I think it's like 22 inches. Like a 24 inch is like $100 and something, like $130. I'm like, oh shit, this is fucking pretty cheap. I thought it was gonna cost like $500 to $600. I'm like, this shit's cheap as hell. So I'm thinking about, you know, once I get my PS4, which is gonna happen like 2 weeks or a week or so, I don't know what games I'm gonna buy, bro. I was really thinking about buying Monster Hunter. I was thinking about buying Monster Hunter and this game that came out on launch within the PS4 and Xbox One. It was like this open world zombie game. I forgot the name of it. It was called Dead something. And I want to buy that game. I also was thinking about like I was always thinking about this within the channel, to have like these virtual meetups where we just like play games together or some shit like that. I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to do that. I was really thinking about doing that within the computer, but I don't know if I can even do that shit. But yeah, it's almost the end of the year, and you know, I have enough money to finally get out my mother's house and shit like that. I was actually looking at some apartments, and some of these apartments like $1,500 and shit like that, but technically I could afford it. And I'm like, oh shit, like I didn't know this year was going to be the year where things are actually moving in my life. Like in terms of the odor issue, I don't really see it that much. I'm not gonna say I'm cured, but it's a lot better. I'll say it's better compared to last time. In terms of, you know, my employment, like I'm making a living wage. In terms of like me being autonomous, like I could literally leave at this moment. I looked into my bank account. I have like at least $10,000, bro. Like, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know I had that money. I didn't know I got it like that. I mean, that might not be a lot to a lot of people, but that's enough to move out your, you know, your place. And I'm about to get paid tomorrow, so that's gonna be even higher than what it was previously. So yeah, things are moving in the right direction. I don't know. I didn't want to spend 19 minutes talking about it, but whatever. I did the vlog. See you later.